So we're back for part 2. So it's kind of difficult to draw in this position, but we'll give it a go, and I'll try and centre it in the page so that you can see it. So I think the first thing we need to do is just draw a line and put a vertical in, and so we need something running off in the distance to a work point out here, and we'll draw a parallel line around there and try and get a square going. Now I'm trying to do this as light as I can because there'll be many lines in here and they'll become difficult to define. Just trying to ghost in from point to point, just as Scott demonstrated. So now we'll get three wheel lengths out there. So you all know how to do this. Divide up. So take a run at the 2 points and then take it out, and then that's another vertical, and we can actually just assume won't be too far off, but we'll go through the exercise of selecting the 2 points and then drawing the line. Same thing, select 2 points, ghost it, and then draw the line. So this will be the point there, and once again take it through, and that becomes the other vertical. Once again, so I think we'll make this 3.5. So it looks as if it probably has to be that. Alright, so once again, select the 2 points that we want to work with, ghost it in, and you should be doing this all the time, just practicing so that you can get good at it. One, two, three. Okay, and we'll do this one. And this one. And we'll put the centre line in there. So I always find it challenging to try and get an ellipse in, but I'm just going to try and ghost it as Scott suggests, and then lightly, ever so lightly, put it in. Now that's not bad. I guess it's patience, and I think if one fault I have is sometimes I'm not patient enough. Alright, so we'll try this again, just ghosting in, and that looks pretty good. Actually quite happy with that. So trying to find the wheels on the other side. I'm guessing at this one, but I guess it takes lots and lots of practice in order to get this right. So it's not perfect, as you see, but at least we'll have an idea of what it is. So once again, divide up the lines, the box, and try again with the ellipse, and then we can connect these two cylinders together. And this is the wheel on the far side. Doesn't look exactly correct, but maybe. And we'll try this again. Ghost it in, try and hit all the points. There you go. The experts out there would probably say, well, Charlie, your two wheels don't look exactly the same. And that's true, but see what we can do. So there's the beginning of the car. Now what we want to do is maybe divide up this end and try and go from there to there. And then in the opposite direction from there to there. And that will allow us to drop a centre line. And that will come out here somewhere. And then I'll run that out there and assume somewhere around about there is the centre line. So you can see it's beginning to come together. Now, at this point you can say, well, these wheels, tyres aren't very wide, but so we'll try and put similar thickness ones in, and I'm just kind of guessing here. So this is when it becomes complicated. And it might be a good idea to use different coloured pencils, Prismacolor as an example, because there's going to be lots and lots of lines in here, and I'm trying very hard to do it lightly. And then I will see what I can do. It's in there, and try and define it a little bit. Okay. Once again, you look for the 2 work points and stroke it, and then the same in the other direction. And then we need a vertical line up there. The horizontal line is already there. Okay. So not the best. It takes a lot of skill, I must admit, to try and do this. And I need lots of practice. So you've got the basics of the car, and this one has a tail on it that's pretty far out, and at the other end it's not so far out. So I'm just going to try and draw that profile, and that will give us the beginnings of the car. As I say, I'm kind of guessing at this point. So remember, this is on the centre line, and what Scott does in his demo, and also you can see it in his book, is that he begins to draw work points, frames in other words, to help him define the shape of the car. And then just turn the paper around and try and find that centre line. Get those lines, pick up those lines, try and get them running off. Kind of lost it there a little bit. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this one off. Just by looking at the car, it's pretty round at the end. So I'm going to assume that it's taking that kind of a shape. We can assume that that continues out like so. So back to the frames. As they hit that bottom there, so now it becomes a little bit difficult trying to find out where everything is. Yeah. So it's not 100% right, but so I've probably missed a couple of steps, but at least you'll be getting the idea of the basic construction method. The other wheel. You can see it this way. So it's all basic construction lines. And once again, get your points, ghost a line, and then run it through. Like that. Guess the distance to the other side. And then we'll try and do this one. It's obviously a bit off and not perfect, and I should probably had put that vanishing point out there so that I could take everything back to it. So this just helps you establish the actual shape of the car, and it would also assist the modelers, 3D modelers, when they go to do their work. Right. So basically we've got what appears to be an open wheel race car that you can work on. You could do an overlay after you've done it, and then you could use some markers to mark it up. You can just put some graphics on it, as you know, basically the shape. And somewhere in there, get this centre line, maybe come up here and maybe there. Just rough in the steering wheel. So once again, the sort of the key factors in doing this is to know where your vanishing point is and start out with those lines projecting out and set up a wheel, space it out to get the front wheel, and then project that cylinder out there and establish the wheel on the other side, and do the same there, and space out your wheel centres. Just